All right, we are live, guys. Perfectly on time, starting a new week together, perfectly on time. I showed up on time, and I'm sure you are showing up on time as well. Anyway, ciao dramatic yoga teachers. As I've been introduced this challenge last week, it is a strength challenge for yoga teacher, live on YouTube and on Instagram. Today is day number 1 of our second week, and we're gonna have from Monday to Friday, 2:30 p.m. Sydney time, every day from Monday to Friday together. A small intro about the challenge. So those classes are designed to elevate your fitness level. It's more than just exercise. It's a celebration of movement where we master coordination, agility, mobility, stability, balance, cardiovascular, respiratory, endurance. As I said, the classes are 5 days. Saturday and Sundays you can take a day off, or you can review any of the live streaming classes we did from Monday to Friday. What you need today is your yoga mat, your water bottle, your towel. Today I have to say, guys, that I was recording a couple of classes. That's my towel. I was recording a couple of classes, and I've got some sort of speech impediments, but anyway, let's see how we go. The class breakdown. So we're gonna start with the lower body, focusing on legs, glutes, and core. We're gonna repeat 10 exercises, and we're gonna repeat it 3 times. So lower body, focus on legs, core, and glutes. We're gonna do 10 exercises. We're gonna repeat those 10 exercises for 3 times. Each 3 times. Each exercise lasts 50 seconds, followed by a 10 seconds rest. During this active 50 seconds, the number of repetition is up to you. After completing the lower body, we're moving to the upper body, where we focus on back, shoulders, arm, chest, ADS. You can find all the sequences on a PDF that I created today for you on the description below if you're watching on YouTube. Otherwise, you can go to my Marianne Zendler account. On my free resources page, you'll find all my free guides, and as well the PDF of those sequences we did last week and this week together. So of course, safety first. Listen to your body. If it hurts, you need to modify or maybe stop. And yeah, it's all part of your unique journey. And yeah, let's start and let's strengthen together. Here you're gonna see the timer. And if you need to play your music, please do so. Due to copyright infringement, I'm gonna listen to my music on my headphones, so no one will block my video, and it's gonna be published, no problem. Anyway, so let's get started. Okay, the difference from last week is that we're gonna do 2 minutes warm up, and then the rest is pretty much the same, 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Let's get right into it. So that's a bit of an annoying alarm, but let's do it. So we're gonna do downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, we raise one leg up. Stay with your hips squared. Gently and slowly bring your right knee to your chest. Raise the left heel and then bring your right foot in between your hands. We're moving in from low lunge to modified split, and we're going to work on our hip mobility to start with. Here we go. Low lunge to modified split. Low lunge to modified split. Let's do like roughly a minute, and we're going to go into three-legged downward facing dog. And then again, right foot in between your hands, low lunge, modify split, low lunge, modify split, low lunge, and again we're moving to three-legged downward facing dog, and maybe we're moving to the other side. Left leg up, hip squared, left knee close to the chest, left foot in between your hands into modify split. Modify split, and then again low lunge, modify split, low lunge, moving on into three-legged downward facing dog, and then left knee toward the chest, and then modify, 15 seconds, modify and low lunge, and then we're going into three-legged downward facing dog, into downward facing dog. Walk your hands toward your leg, and let's get ready for our sequence. Oh, it was already starting. Sorry guys. Lateral lunge to courtesy lunge. So we're gonna go and then courtesy. So what we want is we want to bend and going low as you can. If you can, opposite hand reaching the opposite foot. Courtesy, touch, courtesy, touch the floor. In 3 seconds, we're gonna have 10 seconds rest. And then we're moving into the other side. Let's do a couple of more over this side, just because we missed a couple of seconds. So precise. Low lunge, sorry, side lunge, courtesy. Be patient with me today. So always tracking the knee. The knees is tracking your toes. You're touching the floor. Your trunk stays upright as we're moving into courtesy. Engaging your core. Touch. Here we go. Two seconds. 10 seconds rest. And then we're moving on into deadlift. We take our weight, the kettlebell, if you have toes slightly open, knees tracking your toes, moving down and up. Hinging from the hips, lower the upper trunk, stay with your spine nice and straight, slightly bend your knees as you're moving down and up. Squeeze the glute. Don't push the hips forward. Stay with your hips in line with your spine. Try to notice if you overarch your spine. We don't want to injure the spine. We just want to strengthen the core, especially here. Stay with the neck in line with the spine. Nice. So we're getting ready for the Romanian deadlifts. And what we want is, sorry guys, I need to pause for a second. You know, life is challenging. It's challenging me today. You see, I can't. Let's see. Sorry. I don't know why. Sorry guys. I have a bit of a problem. I think now it's okay. Perfect. Okay, wonderful. Let's continue. So, Romanian deadlift, still strengthening the core. Start with your weaker leg. Stay with your standing leg, knee micro bended. As you raise the leg, stay with your upper trunk, with your trunk in line with your leg. You lower down, stay in line, leg and trunk, and up. Inhale and exhale. Stay with your leg fully engaged, squeeze through your glute. Slightly micro bend the knee of the standing leg. Stay focused. Nice. Moving on to the other leg, same exercise, 50 seconds. Let's do it. Stay with your trunk in line with your leg, engage through your back leg. Point to flex your toe. Stay with your chest open, neck in line with the spine. Breathe out, moving down, breathe in, coming back up. Engage through the core, bring the belly to the spine. Nice. Now moving on to calf raise. What we want is a block. And what we want to do is we're gonna use the wall as a prop, and we're gonna higher up, as high as you can. Stay with the other leg and draw 90-degree angle with the other leg. Stay with this leg, which is the upper leg, with your foot dorsiflexed. So you're raising up, squeeze the right glute, and then lower down. Try to lower your heel to the ground if you can. Stay with your core engaged. Nice. Moving on to the other leg, same exercise, calf raise. Let's do it. Stay with your top leg, 90-degree angle, dorsiflex your foot. And with the working leg, we want to lower the heel as low as you can. Stretching over the hamstring as well as you lower the heel. Inhale and exhale. Try to stay engaged with the working leg. Actually, with both legs. Right, moving on to Malasana to Uttanasana, great exercise that I normally like to do it when I start with hip mobility. What we're gonna do is we're gonna open the toes slightly apart, and then the heels are slightly in. We're going into Malasana, Uttanasana. Stay with your core engaged. Your knees are tracking your toes, so your toes are slightly open, your heels are slightly tucked in. Prioritize quality of the movement, especially on your first round. Here we go. From here, we're moving into deep squat with weight. You can either grab your kettlebell or any weight that you have. We're gonna open the feet mat width apart, heels slightly tucked in. We're gonna lower to the floor and coming back up. Squeeze the glutes, stay with your hip in line with your legs and trunk. Lower, up. Squeeze the glute as you're moving up, and then stay with your core engaged as you're moving down. Voila! First round done. Guys, we're moving on to the next round, which is lateral lunge to courtesy. If you have sliders, you can grab the sliders, and what we're going to do is we're moving into lateral lunge to courtesy lunge, and we're all going to do it with the sliders. If you don't have the sliders, you can use a towel, you can use a blanket, you can use a rag, you can use, I wouldn't suggest you to use a jumper. That's not nice. So you touch the floor and then you're moving into courtesy. So we're going a little bit lower compared to last week. Lower. And then courtesy, knee in line with the ankle, knees always tracking your toes. Perfect. Moving on to the other side, same thing. Lateral lunge to courtesy lunge slide. Let's do it. Ooh. Oh, okay. Lateral lunge to courtesy lunge. So I'm dealing mentally with something that is happening on my timer. I've downloaded this app which is called interval timer, but I think I've set up something in a weird way. So that was 50 seconds and it says that now we're gonna have a rest in between cycles, but I don't want that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip and we're ready for the next cycle. Wonderful. All right, guys, we're getting ready for deadlifts. Get ready, prepare your kettlebell, and we're starting in 3, 2, 1. So your toes are slightly open, heels slightly tucked in, hinging from the hips, stay with your spine straight. Exhale down, inhale up. Squeeze the glute, hips in line with your spine, in line with your legs. The inhalation on the exhalation, it's really entirely up to you. Some people like to move toward the floor and inhale, and some people like to exhale, especially on intense cardio training. It's not like in yoga where we kind of follow that rule where we're moving up and down. Up it's inhale, down is exhale. So yeah, it's a little bit different here, as you like, but please breathe nice and gently through your belly, especially when you find the challenge. Start with your weaker leg, Romanian deadlift. Stay with your back leg completely engaged. Squeeze that glute. Your standing leg is, the knee over the standing leg is slightly micro-bended. Your spine remain in line with your leg the entire time. Try not to collapse down to reach the floor. That's not what we want. In this exercise, we want to strengthen the core. We want to strengthen the psoas, the glutes, the quads. So if you're joining now, this is our second round of today of the lower body. Then we're going to do another round of lower body, and then we're moving into the upper body, and we're going to do 3 rounds of that as well. Moving on to the other leg, same thing, Romanian deadlift. If you feel like you want to practice by yourself, you want to do less active repetitions, for example, you want to do 40 seconds on and 20 seconds off, what I've created for you today, it's a PDF with all those sequences from week 1, day 1, that you can download and you can practice along just by reading the sequence. You can find it on News Handler for Marianne, otherwise on the description below the YouTube channel video. Guys, today I have to say that it's a very challenging day for me, but the best thing is that I've showed up and I'm doing my best. Calf raise, let's do it. Find the wall as a prop, top leg, 90-degree angle, knee in line with the hip, knee in line with your ankle, and you dorsiflex your foot. With the working leg, as you raise the heel up, you want to slightly engage your glute, and as you lower down, try to lower down to the floor if you can, stretching through your hamstrings. Up and down, up and down. It was definitely a very, very challenging exercise last week, as I had my hamstrings sore for the next 4 days after this exercise. It looks easy, but it's not. I promise you, you should try it. So, getting ready for the next leg, up and down, up and down, inhale, up, squeeze the glute, belly to the spine, exhale, down. Stay with your shoulders open. And of course it gets easier along the way. It's a journey, it's a challenge. So the first week might have been a little bit too challenging, but then it gets easier. That's the beauty of a challenge. The more we show up, the easier it becomes. So we're moving on to Malasana, to Uttanasana. Let's getting ready, toes open, mat width apart, heels slightly tucked in. We're moving into Malasana, Uttanasana. Let's speed up, if you can, a little bit more. Stay with your spine straight the entire time. Neck is an extension of your spine. Knees tracking your toes. Nice. Unwind the spine slowly up, and then getting ready for deep squat with weight. Bring the kettlebell if you have, or any weight, and toes slightly open, mat width apart, heels slightly tucked in. Moving down and up, squeeze the glute as you're coming up. Stay with your spine straight as you're moving down. And of course, if you can't lower your hips to this level, you can stay to this level as well. How are you guys feeling? Yes, it gets easier. I promise. Okay, dropping the kettlebell and moving on to the next round. High intensity. So we're going side lunge to courtesy. Try to go beyond your comfort zone. This is our last sequence of today for the lower body. Of course, we have more to come. Let's spend some quality time together. If you are in Europe, good morning. If you are here in Australia, good afternoon. And here we go. For some reason, sorry, I have to stop. See, that's why I'm saying that it's a little bit challenging today, because now the camera, for some reason, got a little bit too narrow. Why? Be patient. Why? Maybe we are there. Okay, let's see. So you had a nice break. And then we're moving on to the other leg in a second. I promise you. Here we go. Nice. I think we're there. So moving on to the other leg in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Oh yes. Let's smile to the challenge of life. It's not a real challenge, but you know, when it's your problem, in that moment seems always very big. But then as you breathe into it, it gets milder. You're like, yeah, it can get worse. It's fine. I can handle it. If you have any challenges today, please share with me. I'll be happy to share some challenges with you. Moving on to deadlift. Let's get ready. Hinging from the hips. Stay with your spine straight. Squeeze the glute as you're coming back up. Spine straight, neck is an extension of your spine. Stay with your shoulders open, chest open. And here we go, getting ready for Romanian deadlift, starting with your weaker leg. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Okay, let's keep that. Sorry. Nice. Let's do it. I got just that signal on my headphones that the battery of my headphones is low. Yoo-hoo! Guys, let's have a laugh about those challenges, shall we? Let's have a laugh about those Romanian deadlifts. Stay with your back leg completely engaged. Engage through the glute, Stay with your spine in line with your leg. Oh yes, it's burning. It's here. Welcome it. Let's move into the other side. Romanian deadlift. Standing leg. The knee of the standing leg is a little bit micro-bended, which prevent any injury on your knee. Neck in line with your spine. Feel the strength in your core. Bring the belly to the spine. I normally suggest to count on the last round. We haven't done it this time, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, especially today, where all we need to do is to show up. That's all we need to do. Nice. Moving on to calf raise. Over the wall, find your prop, block and roll, and let's do it. Lower your heel to the floor if you can. Stay with your top leg 90-degree angle, knee in line with the hip, knee in line with the ankle. Squeeze the glute as you raise the heel up. Stay with your belly to the spine. Almost there, guys. Bear with me. Feel the burn. Yes, it's here. Do your best. And of course, your today's best is different from yesterday one, from the last week one. Just do what your body allows you to do today. Up, lower down to the floor. Engage to the core, belly to the spine. Breathe. Stay with your shoulders open, spine straight, and neck is an extension of your spine. Oh yes. Can you feel it? Nice! Moving on to Malasana to Uttanasana, and then we got one more and then we're done for the lower body, moving to the upper body. Let's do it. Toes slightly open, heels slightly tucked in. Your knees are tracking the line of your toes, so if your toes are slightly open, your knees will track your toes. Inhale, exhale. Ten seconds, let's do it. Nice, guys. Take the kettlebell. Last exercise of the lower body. Flip it up. Toes slightly open, heels slightly tucked in. 3, 2, 1. Deep squat. If you can't reach to that level, stay a little bit up, doesn't matter. And lower. Squeeze the glute as you raise up, and then stay with your spine straight as you're going down. Nice. Oh yes. Feel the burn. Embrace it. Guys. Oh yes. Nice, guys. We are officially done with the lower body. Okay, 32 minutes in, and my headphones decided to quit. So I'm all here for you, without my music, without any distractions. Not that my music is distractive. But anyway, so getting ready, what we need is, we might gonna need just the wall as a prop for the upper body sequence, and then you can tidy up the rest if it looks already too messy for you. Have a drink, dry your sweat with the towel. I have to say that I was sweating a little bit less compared to last week. That's my treasure drawer where I keep all my tools to train. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the towel on the mat. And the only thing that we need is the wall as a prop. If you're joining in today and now, we're moving on to the upper body. Focus on arms, chest, shoulders, and core. So, guys, grab your mat, grab your towel, and let's do another 30 minutes together. Are you guys ready? I don't hear you. Are you guys ready? Just kidding. Anyway. This was exactly my day, exactly like that. Oh yes, I love that. So guys, we're gonna start in 3. Let's do it this way, and then we're gonna go back here. We're not gonna do the warm-up, we're gonna do the high intensity right away. Do you guys still see it? Yes, nice. So we're gonna start in Navasana, but we're gonna do a slight modification for beginners, and then we're gonna do an intermediate version. But I show you everything. Don't worry about it, guys. Oh no, you see why because every time I raise the hand, the camera is tracking my movement, as I bought this OBS camera. I don't know if I like it. I still have to experiment a little bit more. Anyway, let's start. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. So Navasana, we're gonna do low Navasana into bended leg Navasana. Lower, up, stay with the spine straight. Lower, up, breathe in, breathe out. Your lower back is attached to the floor as we're moving down. Notice if you're arching the lower back, what we want is to push the lower back and glue the lower back to the floor. Up and down, up and down. Increasing also the strength on your psoas, which is great for our handstand. Lower, up, and here we go. Moving on to dolphin hold. So elbows underneath of your shoulders, your hands are nice and together, and then raise the hips up, looking in between your elbows if you can, pushing the floor away with your elbows. Stay with your shoulders nice and protracted. Suck the belly in, and as you exhale, lower the heels to the floor. If you have tension in your neck, look to your feet. Stay with the shoulders protracted. Push the floor away, spine nice and straight. Nice, guys. Let's do leg lifts, the one that we love the most. Stay with your lower back, glue to the floor, hands beside your hips, lower down, come back up. So 3 options here. You can stay with your head up for the entire time and stay with your chin pointing up toward the sky. Second option, you lower down your head, and what we want here is to bring the chin as closer as possible to your chest, lengthening through the neck. Third option here, as you raise the leg up, the opposite. As you lower down the legs, you raise the head up, chin pointing up, and then lower and raise the leg up. Find your rhythm. Your lower back is glued to the floor, not moving. Nice, guys. Let's move into bridge pose. So ankles always underneath of your knees, leg hip width apart, raising the hip up. What we want here, we don't want to turn the head from side to side, as we don't want to injure the neck. Chin to the chest. And one cue that I love to give to my students here is, imagine sliding your feet away from your shoulders, and as you're doing so, you bring that nice arch to your spine. In this position, notice if you over clenching your glutes. If so, release that clench 20%. And what I want you to do instead, it's to point and find that point on your heels and push those heels on the floor as much as you can. We're going to come back to that alignment. We're going to go into Viparita Karani without the wall. So dorsiflex your feet. Your ankle in line with your hips. We don't want to lower too much the legs, and we don't want to bring the legs too much toward the chest, and we don't want to raise the sacral. So what we want, all in one line, ankle to the hips. You dorsiflex your feet, and you stay with your knees nice and straight. Chin to the chest, lengthen through your neck, breathe through your belly. Find that strength on your psoas. Nice, guys. We're gonna move into Caesar. I know after Viparita Karani is kind of a challenging, but I know you can do it with me together. Let's do it. Dorsiflex your feet. Leverage from your elbows slightly as you're coming up with your upper trunk, and what we want is to glue the lower back down on the floor. You dorsiflex your feet, you stay engaged through your legs. You lower the leg to the floor and coming up in line with your hip always. Stay with your chin pointing up if you can. If it's too much for your neck, always take that option. Chin toward the chest, lower down your head, stay there. Breathe. Nice, guys. We're gonna do some push-ups. So I would like you to do for this week halfway with your knees down, halfway with your knees up. Let's do it. Tricep in, trunk in line with your legs. As you're moving up, push the floor away, protract your shoulders. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Let's do with the knees up, and then down, up, down, up. If it's too much, always lower the knees. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Tricep in, and then moving up, protracting your shoulders. Nice, guys. Let's move to Eagle ABS. So, one leg over the other, one arm over the other. Remember that position, because next round we're gonna reverse. So if you bring the right leg over the left, what we want the next round, we want the opposite. Left leg over the right. Stay with your lower back glued to the floor. Coming up and down, up and down, up and down. Engage through the core. Stay focused on the lower back. Nice, guys. Let's do, so we got a couple of options here. Last week we did keep the legs 45-degree angle from the floor. So here what we want to bring the hands beside your hips. We want to engage through the legs. So from here you can stay here and do exactly as we did last week. Otherwise you can lower down your legs slightly. Stay with your legs engaged as much as you can. If it's too much, come back to 45, that's okay. Otherwise lower down, stay engaged, pointy flex your toes, lower back attached to the floor. Breathe. You can also bring your hands beside your hips. You can bring your hands backward. You can stay with your legs up, 45 or a little bit lower. It's your training. So we're gonna play a little bit on our last exercise, and we're just gonna do some playful handstand against the wall, whatever you like to do on your handstand. So I like to start always this way. And then maybe go the other way. Whoopla! It happens all the time. Anyway, let's moving on to Navasana. Lower and bended leg. Going back to our exercise number 1. Okay, we're gonna skip that. Nice. And we're gonna go into Navasana, bended leg. Stay with your spine straight, coming back up. Lower, up. Guys, that's so funny. I thought I pressed play and I thought it was already going, but no, it wasn't. So coming up, lower down, coming up, inhale, exhale. I feel like this sequence today is a little bit more challenging than the lower body sequence. Correct me if I'm wrong. Find that engagement in your core. Lower down. Nice, guys. All right, we're moving into dolphin. Elbows underneath of your shoulders. Interlock your fingers. Push the floor away, protracting through your shoulders. Here, you can either look in between your hands, preparing for Pincha Mayurasana, otherwise looking to your feet. Stay with your elbows nice and engaged, pushing to the floor to protract through your shoulders. Here, as you exhale, lower down those heels if you can. Suck the belly in, bring the belly to the spine. Breathe. Nice, guys. Let's moving into leg lift. Hands underneath or beside your hips, slightly underneath of your hips. What we want here is to raise the leg up and down. You can either dorsiflex your feet or you can point flex, so you can do both. Up, down, dorsiflex, point flex, down, up, down, dorsiflex, point flex, up. You can either stay down with your head, with your chin, toward your chest, lengthening through the neck, otherwise up the entire time, or as you lower, you raise the head up, and as you moving the legs up to the sky, you lower the head. Your practice, your journey. Nice. Moving on to bridge pose. Let's find the alignment that we were mentioning before. Ankles in line with your knees. Bring the hips up. Stay with your legs hip width apart. Slide your shoulders away from your feet or heels even. Pushing through your heels. And what we want here, not turning the head from side to side. Stay with your legs engaged. Stay with your glutes engaged but not clenched. If you notice that you're over clenching your glutes, what I want you to do is to push through your heels and release 20% of that clench. Nice. I'm gonna move into Viparita Karani. Let's bring the legs up, chin toward the chest. So your heels should be in line with your sit bones. Dorsiflex your feet. Your legs are fully engaged. If your legs are a little bit shaking, it's normal. You're also strengthening through your psoas in this exercise. And we all know that this exercise could be a great yin yoga practice if you use the wall as a prop. But it could also strengthen your core and psoas without the wall, which I found very beneficial for me. That's why I also implemented in this sequence. And here, after Viparita Karani, you know what's coming. We got some scissor. Let's get ready. Let's do it. Dorsiflex your feet, stay engaged with your legs. Lower down your legs as low as you can. Chin pointing up. Otherwise, lower your head down, chin pointing to the chest. Your lower back is glued to the floor. Feel the challenge. It's our second round, guys. You're doing amazing. Oh, yes. 3, 2, and 1. Nice, nice, nice. We're gonna do some push-ups. You can do it with the knees down or knees up to you. What we want here, it's tricep squeeze in, you lower down, and then you're protracting your shoulders and coming back up. Let's do it. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. Stay engaged with your belly to the spine. 4, 5, 6. Engage through the glutes. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, protracting, 12, and 13. Well done. We're gonna move into eagle ABS. So I did the right leg above the left. I switch and I switch my arms and I go for it. 2 more exercises on our last round, guys. Lower back, glue to the floor. Nice, nice, nice. We're moving into hollow body. We're gonna place the hands beside the hips. 45-degree angle to start with. Lower back, glue to the floor. Head down, chin to chest. Let's start like that. I want you to bring awareness to your belly. Belly to the spine. Lower back, glue to the floor. Neck nice and straight. And if you can, lower down the legs slightly, as long as your lower back is still attached to the floor. Breathe. Your hands could be sideways, up. It's really up to you. Oh yes. Handstand. Let's have a playful moment. We all need that. Let's do it. That was a long hold. Okay, going back, just gonna have a quick drink, guys, and then we're gonna move into the last upper body sequence. All right, last 10 minutes together, guys. Let's do it. You and I together. Navasana to bended leg Navasana. Yes, of course, coming. Bended leg, lower. Here we go. Last 10 minutes together. Stay with your spine straight as you're coming up, and then lower, glue the lower back to the floor. Here we go. Dolphin. Let's do it. Elbows underneath of your shoulders. Interlock your fingers. Coming up. Dolphin pose. Push the floor away with your elbows. Stay protracted on your shoulders. Looking to your feet as you want to release some tension on your neck. And lower down the heels to the floor. Bring the belly to spine. Breathe. Stay with your shoulders protracted. Push the floor away. Stay with me. Imagine sliding your feet away from your elbows. All right. You know what's coming. Leg lift. Hands are beside your hips. Legs up and down. Up and down. Beautiful. Lower back glued to the floor. Stay with your legs engaged. Feet are slightly pointer flexed or dorsiflexed. Or you can do both. Dorsiflex slowing down, pointer flex coming back up. Having a bit of a dance with your feet. Oh yes. Nice. Moving on to bridge. Let's do it, guys. Ankles underneath of the ankles. Sorry, ankles underneath of the knees. Legs hip width apart. The beauty of live streaming. Pushing the heels away from your shoulders. Arching through your spine. Notice if you're clenching your glutes, pushing through your heels, release 20% of that clench. Stay with a nice curve of your spine. And here we go, moving on to Viparita Karani. Oh, yes. Getting stronger, dorsiflex your feet, chin toward the chest, lengthen through your spine. Your heels should be in line with your seat bones. Stay with your legs hip width apart, but doesn't really matter. That's what I like to, because I normally suffer from lower back pain, and by staying with the legs hip width apart, I release a lot of tension on the lumbar as the bones are moving away from each other. I don't know if it does make sense. Breathe. Here we go. Moving on to Caesar. Yes, last Caesar of today. You can do it. You can definitely do it. Dorsiflex your feet. Stay engaged with your leg. Z. legs. Let's do it. Try to lower down one leg at a time, as lower as you can. You can stay with your head down if your neck is a little bit tense and the chin is toward the chest. Nice. Push-ups. Let's do it, guys. Hands underneath of your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Lower down. Squeeze the tricep in. Protracting your shoulders as you're coming back up. Pushing the floor away, coming back up. Stay with your spine in line with your legs. Your glutes are slightly engaged. Nice. Moving on to eagle. So up to you here. You can either wrap your right leg as we did at the beginning or the left leg. Let's do it. Lower back glued to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Nice. It's moving into hollow body. Whatever variation suits your body today. Hence, I choose the easy version as I want to be easy to myself today. As also is our day 1 of week 2, and I took Saturday and Sunday completely off because I was exhausted after 5 live classes during the week, during 1 week. It might seem an easy one, but trust me, it's a lot of mental focus, it's a lot of, it's a lot of effort. Because, well, first of all, you're showing up as someone that, I feel like I'm a complete beginner when it comes to teaching, especially fitness classes, as I haven't been teaching those classes in a very long while. So, it's activity completed. You can play along with some handstand now if you like, for 50 seconds. Otherwise, just simply, guys, thank you so much for showing up today. And thank you for your patience today. I know it wasn't my best day. I didn't want to identify so much with it, but my energy level was very, very low, and I was like very tempted to cancel it. But I'm happy that I've made it, because I feel like that's when we grow, when we show up even in moments where we don't feel our 100%. I could have cancelled it, but I am much happier this way. showing up for this commitment and for you guys to help you become a strengthened version of yourself. Anyway, I've created a beautiful PDF for you today. If you want to check it out, you can find it in my website, which is Zenler Femerian, which is also in the description below on the YouTube channel. If you're watching from IG, to rewatch this class, you can only watch it on YouTube. I'm not gonna keep it on Instagram anymore, as it might be a bit of a mess when it comes to leave it there for 24 hours, as I've been promising last week, and then delete it. It doesn't really fit the Instagram algorithm if I upload a reel and then I cancel it after 24 hours for 4 weeks. It might trigger some funny things on the algorithm. So I've decided not to leave it on IG as a reel. So if you are watching from Instagram, you can go to YouTube and rewatch the class. Anyway, as always, I see you tomorrow. Ciao for now.